Oh, good morning. All right, so let's do an mic check. Let's see what we got. Is Yeah, it's pretty good. Mic is okay. All right, so let me share the link. I never shared the link. I see. Is this possible? I didn't even know that's possible. Let me see. Oh, TF Monkey starting his live stream right now. Pin. All right, so anyone can join. Oh, 3 people watching. Wow, that is an incredible honor. Let's go to Discord. So share screen. And where's my Discord? Share. There you go. Here is my shared Discord. Everything looks good. Everything looks very nice. Very nice. Let me close some windows here. I guess there's 2 of these open. I don't need them. There you go. All right. So let's see what we got. So first we have crit. It's like every morning we have a message from this guy. I don't know what it's about. I don't know. All right. Then we have civilized debate server. No one is on it. Black diamonds. 5 messages, but I don't think it's actual messages. I don't get it. Every morning it's the same thing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Anything else? Let's debate. New mention. An announcement. Announcement is nothing. Why isn't it going away? I don't know why it's not going away. Oh, there's contests. Am I mentioned in the contests? Please don't record members. This is from a long time ago. Oh, and we need to jump to the present. So I guess that's it. Wait, still not going away? Why is it not new mention in contests? Jump all the way. No, went away. Okay. Again with the 5? I don't know what's going on here. 5 mentions in chat, but I don't see them. All right, went away. I don't know what's going on. So let's look for people on servers. So on this server, there's no one. No, there is people, but this is a very bad server. People are very, very sensitive and play loud music, so I don't know. So there you go. Let's continue. What we got? So Stormcloud. Anybody on Stormcloud? I don't see anybody here. On the level, my favorite location. All right, we can continue with talking to Bev, I guess. Good morning. Good morning.
Good, is it? It's not morning. Good day.
Good day. Good day, sir. How are you?
Is
I'm
this like
fine,
a
thank you.
part of your routine?
Yes, I have a routine. I have to go 1 second. I'm being zapped. 1 second. Let me.
Is that what that beep was?
Yes, I have a dog training collar. My owner zaps me when I'm misbehaving. 1 second. So
Oh no, what are you doing to misbehave?
I'm talking. I'm not allowed to talk. So I'll just go to my dungeon. 1 second, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That hurts.
You're not allowed to talk.
No, I'm not allowed to talk. Well,
Are you in prison?
no, I'm not.
You're not in prison.
No, I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not allowed to make noise. Talking is making noise. That's not allowed.
Oh, and if you do something wrong, you get an electric shock.
Right, or just if my owner wants my attention, so I get shocked. Like if she wants her morning tea, so she shocks me.
Oh, Is she mute?
What do you mean, is she mute?
Is your owner a mute? Can they not speak?
No, but speaking is requires more energy than using the shocker, so she saves energy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's more efficient.
Okay. Is your grocery bill like really expensive?
Why would it be?
Well, I'm just thinking someone that's that too lazy to even talk.
Yeah. Why would that impact the shopping, the grocery bill?
Well, it would logically it would have an impact if they're very, very lazy and don't move, can't even speak.
No, that's not what I said.
Would they not be overweight? Would your shopping bill not be quite high compared to other people?
No, she's actually like a runway model type, so she's very.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
basically.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm. So you're going with the hot to crazy ratio.
No, she's not crazy. She's actually very sane.
But she'd rather shock you with a collar than beat you.
Well, it's my preference as well. I mean, I enjoy.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, as long as if you're both consenting adults, then of course there's absolutely no issue in it.
Right. Actually, I beg her to shock me all the time. She refuses. Like, it's a gift when she shocks me. It's her way of showing love. Because she knows.
So for you, feeling pain is a sign of love.
For me, not the feeling, but the fact that she wants me to feel pain. Yeah, that's a sign of the deepest form of love. I can't see a deeper form of love. Like, sex is secondary to pain. Sex is tertiary. Sex is down, down the list from pain and, all sorts of other things, humiliation.
So as long as you have pain, you're happy.
I mean, it's good pain. It's like a massage, right? When you have a massage, it's sort of pain, but it's good pain. Like, you enjoy the pain. So it's like emotional massage. It's a good pain. I mean, it's like when she's my little angel. I just want to make her happy, and if my suffering makes her just a tiny bit happy, then that makes me happy.
Okay. You seem like a man who has his mind totally, focused, and well done for that.
Yeah.
You've discovered what you want and you make no bones about it. And
yeah,
I mean, you go in and have debates while wearing a shock collar. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't say I've come across that before.
Yeah. You don't know. I mean, you don't know what people are wearing while they're debating you.
That is a very good point. Very
Right.
good point.
Right. You don't even know when your sex partner is having sex with you. You don't even know what he's fantasizing. Maybe you'll never know.
No.
Right. Yeah, men are crazy. Anyway, let's continue our debate. Bev, you want to continue? Is Bev here?
I don't know whether Bev is around, but Bev, have you got anything to finish debating?
I'm here. I thought you were doing. Were you not just debating then?
No,
a conversation you were having.
Yeah, but it's not a debate. She doesn't have a proposition that.
I don't think we've not had a debate.
Right.
We're just trying to find the communication, how that we can communicate. I thought you were doing very well.
Right. So actually, last night I searched YouTube for introduction to debate. What is a debate? And I saw a couple of videos, and it's really very interesting. There's like not debate, logic. What is logic? Like, what is logic? Intro to logic. So one of the lectures that I saw was really interesting, and they said that there is like a modern logic, there's classical logic and modern logic. So in classical logic, you can have a contradiction, the law of non-contradiction, but you don't have to have that law. You can dispose of different laws to see what happens. So if you dispose of the law of contradiction, you can get contradictory. You can accept. You can have a logic framework in which you accept contradictions. That's not a contradiction to logic. It's just a different form of logic. So that's what that comes close to my understanding of logic. It's just an agreement. So you can agree to have a
Do you
law.
think logic can be switched on and off?
Of course,
Or
logic.
is that what you do in your day-to-day life? When do you use logic and when do you not use logic?
I never use logic.
You never personally use logic.
No one uses logic. I'm a brain researcher, so I know how the brain works. The brain
science.
Yeah, I'm a brain theoretician. So I don't know how the brain works.
Brain
You're a what?
I'm a
Brain theoretician.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Have you done any psychology or neuroanatomy or neuroscience?
Yeah, I mean, I play with that too. I studied a little bit of of everything. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so I actually have a brain theory, a theory of mind, a mind theory. So in my mind theory, there's no such thing, right? There's no such thing as logic. Right? If you study the brain is just neurons spiking, neurons poking each other. That's all
Is
there
there
is.
no logic though?
No, there's no logic circuits in the brain. There's
So when you put your hand over a hot stove and that signal goes from your hand up to your brain and tells you, well, that's hot, you need to remove your hand.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Because it's going,
what
do you mean that doesn't happen?
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please tell me how it works.
I can't. I'm disclosing too much as it is. I cannot disclose my actual line of work. All I can tell you is, I mean, I'm already telling you too much by telling you that I never use logic and no one uses logic. That's already enough. You don't need to know more. It's up to you. I mean, you can go from here, do whatever you want with it. As a brain researcher, that's all I have to say. I might as well be an AI researcher. It's the same thing. And like an artificial.
No, it's not. AI is not the brain.
Okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue my line of work. It's out of the debate scope. So
it's out of the debate scope, and we wouldn't understand.
I'm not saying that. It's just I have NDAs. I cannot disclose information about my line of work. That's all.
But is that NDAs from your owner?
I'm not going to disclose any of that. That's completely out of the scope of my debates. Unfortunately, I mean, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, you have to, when you say that you use logic, you have to prove that. What is your evidence that you use logic? But when I mean evidence, I mean your brain. Explain to me how your neurons spiking has anything to do with logic. You would have a very hard time with that.
I just gave you an example. Something is hot, therefore you must remove your hand.
No. You have to explain
logic.
No, you have to explain anatomically. You have to explain using neuronal circuitry, the logic. You have to show me the logic within the neuronal circuitry.
So you think it's just random?
I'm not gonna say what I think, but you said you think that we use.
So you're saying it's not logical. The way the neurons and stuff work and your brain works is not logical. Is your opinion?
I'm not gonna say. I retract everything I said about the brain. You tell me. You think we use logic? Fine. Explain to me how the brain, which is just neurons spiking, a billion, how many billion? Like a trillion neurons spiking.
I don't know. Why are you asking me questions when you're the expert? You've studied all this.
But that's the point. Don't reference me. I mean, I retract everything I said about the brain. No one cares. So all you have to do when you say that we use logic, so you have to show this to me in the brain. How the brain, show me it from.
I think first of all, you
Wait, let me.
made it clear that there was no logic. I
No,
gave you
no,
an example of
no,
some logic. It was
no,
your claim in the first
no.
place.
Let me. I'll frame it for you. I'll help you. So you have to show me how.
I
No,
don't
listen,
need the help. I had it all sorted.
listen. Well, fine, just listen to what I have to say, and then you can this.
It's a shame you can't press that button, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
It's a shame you can't press the button.
What button?
Shock me.
Shock you?
Yeah. Get me to be quiet and listen.
I'm a slave. I don't like shocking other people. That's insignificant to me. I like being nice, but I like being shocked by my owner. But I don't like shocking anyone. It doesn't give me any pleasure, but it gives me tremendous pleasure to be shocked by my owner. Anyway, so no, I don't want you to be quiet, not at all. If you don't want my help, I'm just trying to steelman your suggestion that we use logic, that I use logic, that anyone uses logic. I'm trying to help
It was
you.
your suggestion that we didn't.
Fine, but you said we do.
So let's go. You think that we don't. Please explain why you think we don't.
I retracted. You think we do. So
so you can do that in the middle of a debate. You can just, oh no, I didn't make that claim. I didn't say that. We're going to remove that, but we're going to go on to your response.
You can retract
and treat that like it was the claim.
You're welcome to retract your claim that we employ logic anytime you want. But if you make the claim that we employ logic, then I'm going to require of you to start from first principles. Start from atomic nuclear theory. As far as I'm concerned, start from quantum mechanics. Start from wherever you want, but you have to start from first principles and show me how you get logic in the brain.
Quantum mechanics is a first principle.
Whatever you want, start from any first principle. You can start from neurons. We know how neurons behave. You can start from neurons, but not any higher than neurons. Start from neurons spiking and show me how neurons spiking creates what you call logic.
Show me how it doesn't.
No, I retracted. You made the positive claim that we employ logic. So now prove it. What's your evidence?
So this is a perfect example of how debating doesn't. This isn't a debate. This is not how debates work. Fine. You can't make claims, wait for someone's response to your claim, then retract your claim and turn their response into a claim that you can then deny. Whatever.
Okay.
Stick to what you claimed.
No, I can't.
Fine. Then the whole subject wiped.
Then you
choose a different topic.
No, wait.
Choose a different topic and start again. Say what you mean.
Wait a minute. So you retract your claim that we employ logic?
Did I say that? Did you hear those words out of my mouth?
Yes, or you can retract. No. Are you retracting? Because I retracted my claim. Are you retracting your claim?
What happens to you usually when you don't listen?
What happens? You mean what my owner does if I don't listen?
Mm-hmm.
Many things, many terrible things. Why? I'm listening.
I was just seeing if you're not a very quick learner, obviously.
Oh, stop! Come on, no ad hominems. Let's not be boring. I don't want to have a boring ad hominem conversation.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't. But we could go back to how you tried to retract your claim
What do you mean
and then
tried?
focus on.
You're
Well,
not
you
allowing
did.
me.
You retracted your claim in the middle of a debate and then went on to
What's
a
wrong?
response that
What
I had to your claim.
you saying? It's not allowed in a debate to retract a comment. If I see that I cannot support,
Did I just say that?
so I don't understand.
Are you having trouble with comprehension of what I'm saying?
Stop the ad hominem, please.
How is a question an ad hom?
You're referencing me. Stop referencing me. I find it boring. So, what do you want to do? I mean, I retracted my comment. Are you saying I cannot retract? You have to let me know what by what rules we're having this conversation. Do you allow me to retract or not? I need to know.
You can do exactly as you wish.
No. So I retract. Done. But you didn't retract, or you retracted.
Well, let's just change the subject then, because you retracted everything you said, which means, in theory, if you'd have just not said everything you said, I wouldn't have said anything that I said.
No,
Therefore, none of it makes any difference.
that's not
You
how.
retracted, my response, nothing. Let's move on. What did
No.
you want to talk about?
Wait, I mean, I don't have a problem switching topics. I just want to, for the record, that's not how it happened. You asked me if I don't use logic in my day-to-day life, and I said no, no one does. But then I retracted. But would you say that okay, let me ask you a question, but you don't have to answer. We can leave the topic. I don't mind.
Do you ever go back and watch your videos and listen to see what you actually said?
Many times. I find it very enjoyable.
Oh, really?
For sure. Why not?
Oh, Bev, take over.
All right.
Mate.
Anyway, Bev, so as I was saying.
Okay, can I just ask you though, the
Sure.
logic that you think is like an AI, are you talking about computer logic and like logical pathways within computer systems? And is that why you're relating it to AI?
That's not how AI works. Actually, no one knows how AI works.
Oh, okay. So you don't know how AI works then?
I didn't say that.
You said nobody. Are you not class yourself as part of no one?
I guess I cannot talk about me when it comes to my line of work. So it's unknown. It's going to remain unknown what I.
So okay. So let's say it was a lie then, right? It's either a truthful statement or a lie.
No. It's that
when you said that nobody knows how AI works.
That's like everybody. Whenever you listen to AI podcasts, it's a common line. No one knows how the brain works. No one knows how AI works. Everybody knows that no one knows within the field. From like outside, the layman, they think that we do know, but the experts know we don't know. But fine, whatever.
So no one knows then, right?
That's the common thing that all the experts
know.
Is
that what you were thinking of? The question was, is that the sort of logic you were thinking of? Computer logic?
It's computer logic and, like truth tables and stuff and circuitry.
Fuzzy logic.
I don't know what that is, but
that's computer logic.
Computer logic is just logic tables. Like you have circuits that always, like AND gates, OR gates, and stuff like that. So with like an AND gate, you can do AND and stuff like that. So that's like a logical gate. You can create a logical gate using basic electronics. Right? As far as I remember, I mean, you're now stretching my memory to its maximum capacity.
You said you'd studied logic. You know, when you went to go and study logic and you came back with your understanding, which logic are you talking about? Because you seem to say that there was two, like a modern.
That's last night.
Logic.
I was listening to a bunch of short, very, very short videos on YouTube. I didn't find any long form. So in one of them, they said that there is classical logic and there's modern logic, and there's other types of logic. I didn't
Mhm.
really pick up on on each one, but they said that the law of non-contradiction. They mentioned what you also mentioned, the law of non-contradiction
The law of contradiction
or
or the law
whatever.
of non-contradiction.
I
Which
don't
one?
know. I don't know. So whichever one. So they mentioned it, and I think what they said is that that is part of classical logic. But if you remove that, that's what they do in modern logic. They play with the axioms, the fundamental axioms, I guess, the fundamental rules of classical logic. So when you start playing with with the fundamental rules, that's what they call modern logic, I think. It doesn't matter. It's just
When you
terminology.
start playing with the fundamental rules, that's
Yeah.
modern logic.
I don't remember exactly what they said. I didn't pay that much attention.
Something like that, though.
Something like that. The point is, it's not even my idea, as you can see. I mean, other people have thought of this, that you can play with the basic rules of logic. You don't have to just assume them. You can not assume them and see where that goes. And maybe you get mm, um productive results. Maybe you can use it for some benefit. I certainly believe so, but maybe you could too. I mean, like, we can agree on the fundamental law of contradiction, that right, a statement could either be true or false. It cannot be both, for example. So that we can come to this agreement, yeah, or we can come to a different agreement and say, yeah, the statement can be true and false at the same time. It's just an agreement.
Polytheism. Two truths.
I don't know what that is, but
Well, you should look into it. It'll fit you to a T.
look, the point is, truth is just a word in English. It's just a pattern that
Is
we.
it
What do you
just
mean?
a word in English?
What is it beyond?
I think it came before English, didn't it?
Fine. I don't know how it evolved, but right now it's just a word.
Truth. The
Yeah,
evolution of truth.
the word, the etymology.
I'm gonna put that down. That sounds like a good one. That.
But at the end of the day, it's right. It's a word in a language. It's just a social construct. So it doesn't have like an intrinsic meaning. It has a common usage meaning. Its meaning is what people think.
The colloquial truth. I like it.
Yeah, the colloquial
Yeah.
definition of the word truth, not the colloquial truth. So it's just a pattern that we noticed. Like, as babies, we notice people when they say that's true. We notice, oh, okay, or that's not true. Oh, that's a different pattern. So we just notice these patterns. That's all it is. I mean, it's just noticing patterns. There's nothing intrinsic. Like, these patterns are ultimately amorphous. Amorphous. Like, they're without shape. They're not crystal clear. They're we understand more or less what people mean when they say it's true or not true. Like, is the sky blue? Yeah, that's true. The sky is blue. Well, but is it really? No, it's not really blue. It's
Overnight it isn't now.
exactly at night. It's not, and and if you look from space, you don't even see sky. You don't see anything. I don't even know what you
Look,
see
from where?
from space, like in the
Well, I can
space.
stand in any space. I mean, if I'm looking from this space, can't even see it.
No, I'm saying
I'm inside.
like when you're on the
If an
moon.
inside space, right? That one.
No, when you're on the moon and you're looking at Earth.
When you're on the moon, when were you last on the moon?
I'm saying you see pictures of,
I've never been there.
when you see pictures of Earth.
They're just images, right?
No, when you see, it doesn't matter. Look.
Oh, have you verified? Have you verified the truth value of the pictures from?
No, I didn't.
No.
No.
Okay.
As far as I
No,
know.
but so we're stepping outside of the truth now, right? When you say,
like at night,
just
like at night. Okay, forget about the moon. So I can see the sunset every day, and the sky changes colors, like basically every which color. It becomes red and pink and many, many, many colors during sunset, and then at night, obviously, it's completely black.
Wait a minute. Don't forget about the little fluffy clouds, because that sounded pretty good. That I remember that.
What?
Woo! And the sunsets were purple and yellow and gold.
The sun's
There's all the little fluffy clouds in the skies.
So to claim,
you must have heard that.
So, Bev, come on.
The orb, little fluffy
Bev.
clouds.
Okay, Bev, you're not being serious. Yeah, you have to either be serious or I'm gonna find this.
It just sounded so familiar, mate. So did.
No, stop. Either we're gonna have a productive discussion, or I'm gonna look for a different discussion. Or
Right, okay.
we can talk about one of the other topics on my list.
Yeah, have you seen what I got for you? I found especially for you, seeing as you're doing logic and all of that, right?
Wait, what?
And you're on about proof, right? You know, like, because one of your questions is 1 + 1 = 2.
Sure.
And new logic, right?
I didn't say new logic. I just said, you know.
Well, new. Have you heard of Did you hear of Bertrand Russell?
Of course.
Well, there you go, Bertrand Russell. Yeah, moron, as Rumpus said. I put a thing in there. He's wrote a book just for you, apparently. 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah, Principia Mathematica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, that, isn't it?
Didn't look at it. I just saw a video from Up and Adam about it. She mentioned that he tried to prove 1 + 1 = 2, and in page.
He did, didn't he? Did he not do it? I think he did.
No, she says that on page 279 or something, he declared failure. I actually reviewed that video multiple times that she made. I can link it.
Okay. So you think Bertrand Russell didn't manage to prove through, well, it was new logic, right? Isn't it?
Look, she didn't mention, all I know is the video she made, Up and Adam. 1 + 1. Let me just find the video. It's a good video. There we go. Page 379. So let me copy link. And let me see if I can paste it here. Let me try again. Yeah. So if you watch that video, she says that they declared failure. They couldn't do it. And they gave up on page 379. That's what she said. You can watch the video. We can watch it together. Or we can somehow get a hold of that book. I mean,
right. And was that Bertrand Russell then?
Yeah, Well, yeah, it's the book by Bertrand Russell. Yeah, that's what she covers in this video. So, what
do you think you could do it? Would you be able to prove 1 + 1 = 2?
Of course not. It's not. I can prove that it's not.
You can prove that it's not.
Correct. It's undefined. The answer is undefined. It's not true or false. It's just undefined. If you don't assume anything, then you have nothing. If you're a brain in a vat, then you have no conception of what is one. Why would you ever think of one? You would never think of anything.
Really? It is a unit, though, isn't it?
Is that reality, though?
Is that reality?
Nothing
exists.
Well, we have no access to reality. Right? We don't know what reality is. All we have is our personal subjective experience of something. We don't know what reality is. We don't know what objective truth is. We don't know really what's going on in the universe. We could be dreaming right now, right? We could be in a cosmic dream. We could be in the Matrix. We could have had our memories implanted a second ago. We could have come into existence a second ago with all our memories intact. It's all fake. We just don't know.
Are you telling me that I didn't really give birth to my 2 children
It's
and that all of the memories I have are fake?
it's a possibility that you have to consider. I'm not saying either way, but you have to.
But see, that would get undone by the third person, the other party, like me, because I can remember talking to Emma, so I can vouch for Emma's memories not being just implanted.
But as far as she's concerned, you might just be an NPC, or
You have to say that for me and everybody else listening, and yourself at the same time, don't you?
Yeah. So what it could be that only as far as I'm concerned, it could be that I'm the dreamer and all of you are just figments of my imagination. As far as you're concerned, only you're dreaming and everyone else is a figment of your imagination. It could be that we're all dreaming a shared dream, like in the Matrix. It could also be. Someone is making noise in the background. Someone is making tea, I guess.
Well, hang on. The noise of a shock collar going off versus the noise of tea being made.
I'm just,
You have an issue with the sounds of tea being made.
I couldn't control the noise of my shock collar, and as I was speaking, if it bothers anyone, next time it happens, I don't know if I can turn it off.
It could just be your programming, right? That made you hear that.
Yeah.
Somebody could have implanted that thought that somebody was making tea.
Of course, you have to take, if you want to be a truth seeker, you have to be open-minded to all the possibilities. Sure. I'm not the first one to say it. I mean, you should be the first ones to say this. Right?
Did you people us? Did you? Very disrespectful.
No, it's not out of disrespect. There's no disrespect. I didn't mean to disrespect. You people doesn't have to be disrespect. There's no disrespect there. I certainly don't disrespect you.
It sounds like you're giving an order for something, you people.
Well,
like you're separating yourself. You're not one of us, although you are, because you're in this server, right?
Yeah.
That's the people that you're talking to, but you're not. You're talking to you people, not including yourself. It sounds like you're separating yourself.
Well, I didn't mean to. You're making good points.
Somehow.
Yeah, you're making good points. I did not mean to separate. I am one of you if you will accept me, sure.
We do.
That's terrific. Anyway, what do you want to do, Bev? Do you want to continue talking about the actual logic, or do you want to discuss anything else?
The actual logic. You tell me what you learned from your studies.
I didn't learn anything. I did that. It's not like it's my idea. It's not my idea. I mean, other philosophers came up with this.
Yeah, but it was your idea to go and research logic, right? Since the conversations that we've been having.
After we spoke, I just punched in what is logic or intro to logic on YouTube. I saw a bunch of videos. I spent a couple of minutes listening in the background. Didn't pay too much attention, but one of them did mention modern logic. I mean, if you want, maybe I can look it up right now.
Yeah, go on. That's what we're popping into tonight. Modern logic. Sounds like you could be a good intro in that. How do you imagine it would be different? Because I can remember when you came round, you said that logic isn't real anyway. It's like a game. So you have already stepped yourself out of logic. So how would modern logic differ? Or is the chance that modern logic is stepping outside of the old traditional logic into this new? Is that what you're doing? Like you and your brain science could be a form of modern logic, which your statement about logic a bit like, are you aware of that? There's a chance that when you think you weren't doing logic, it could be actually just modern logic that you were doing.
He's
No,
right.
no, what I'm saying is, I'm just saying things as I see them. So what I noticed is that logic is not an intrinsic, it's not sewn into the fabric of the universe. It's just an agreement. That's all. That's what I noticed. And people seem to attribute to logic properties that it doesn't have, traits that it doesn't have. Logic is not sewn into the fabric of the universe. Well, it might be, we just don't know. But as far as I know, it's just an agreement. It's just a bunch of assumptions.
Agreement with yourself, though, right?
Not
That's
always.
that's a good question. Is it agreements with myself?
And others.
Wait, Spicoli, you're speaking in my ear. They can't hear you. That doesn't make any sense. So you gotta be quiet. We can talk after the show in 15 minutes. Then you can say whatever you want. So is it?
Are you hearing voices?
Yes, I'm hearing voices on my channel. There's a panel that they're talking. I mean Spicoli's talking.
Well, you have a panel. Why don't you bring them over?
He knows.
They can join in.
I don't know if he has Discord. I mean, Spicoli, you can join.
No, I don't use Discord. I don't use it. I'll just watch.
Yeah, he says he doesn't use Discord. Right. Like Discord is not so simple. Anyway, so the question you're asking a good question. I mean, do I have an agreement with myself regarding logic? Not so much. Like what you would have to say, give me an example. What's an example where I
No, I would say, who's the agreement with then? Because
Even
you
if-
said logic is just an agreement.
right.
I asked you if it was with yourself.
Right.
You said no.
So
Who would the agreement be with? Because it's you that said that logic's just an agreement.
I mean, logic is an agreement between logicians, people who practice logic, people who want to have a logical discussion, a logical discourse, or a logical discord. So they can agree on the rules of logic, on the rules of debate. It's just rules, right? You right? Like they just make agreements. Like logical fallacies. They agree, well, this is a logical fallacy, that's a logical fallacy, but this is not, But it's just an agreement. It's just an agreement. No one has to adhere to this agreement.
Do you think you could agree that something isn't a logical fallacy when it is a logical fallacy, right?
Give me an example.
Is that by agreement?
I mean, a lot of times I think people referencing me is the ad hominem logical fallacy, but when I mention it, people say, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's never. Why is it never? Because people like referencing me. Because I think it's when they lose a debate, they poop their pants and they start reaching for straws, and then they need ad hominem to not be a logical fallacy. So when they need ad hominem to not be a logical fallacy, then ad hominem is not a logical fallacy as far as they're concerned. And that happens almost in every debate.
Where would the fallacy be within a ad hom?
The logical fallacy of ad hominem is that imagine that your debate partner is a lawyer in a trial. You are one lawyer and he is the other lawyer, representing two different sides, opposing sides. So in a court case, it makes sense for each lawyer to reference his opponent's points, claims, positions.
Slave I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Dave.
All right, Spicoli.
So-
But it does not make any sense for one of the lawyers to reference something that has to do with the other lawyer, like his weight, his predilections, his history, his being a womanizer, a slave, a who likes eating poop, who knows what. It doesn't matter. You're never gonna, if you do this in a court of law, the judge is gonna look at the lawyer who does that and say, "What the heck are you doing? We are discussing a court case. We're not interrogating the lawyer on your opposing side. Stop doing that because that's not, or go back to law school. Who gave you a degree? Stop. We are here to determine a court case. We're being paid. You're being paid. I'm being paid. We're all being paid to determine the outcome of a case. Nothing to do with interrogating or analyzing or prognosticating or psychoanalyzing or historical analyzing your debate opponent, your counterparty. That's not why we're here. And if you keep doing that, you're violating the rules of the court. So that's no longer a court case. If the judge is going to stop it. The judge is going to call.
What about if they have somebody like an earpiece in and they have somebody else speaking and advising them in their ear?
It doesn't matter. I mean,
that doesn't matter. That's all right.
It's the choice, right? You have two opposing sides. I don't. At the end of the day, it could be an AI. You might as well imagine that I'm an AI, and you have to deal with what I have to say with my points, not with me. An AI, for example, simply doesn't exist.
So you are programmed then. You are being told what to say.
It doesn't matter. You see, that's ad hominem. That doesn't matter. That's ad hominem.
No, you said that you were an AI.
It doesn't.
Well, an AI's been programmed to be able to.
It doesn't matter what.
Say things.
It doesn't matter
to
what,
respond in a certain way.
That's exactly the point. That's ad hominem. It doesn't matter. Anything that has to do with your counterparty has nothing to do with the case. You only reference the points.
Even if your counterparty has somebody in their ear,
it doesn't.
It's
none of your business. If the counter lawyer has an earpiece, it's none of your business. None of your business. You have to deal with the points brought up by your counterparty.
Or the person that's advising the counterparty.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't, none of your business. If you start mentioning.
Yeah, I mean, you could just take them all as your own anyway. Yeah, just pretend it's you.
All right, stop it. Come on. That's the point. That's why ad hominem doesn't make any sense. To reference the person, you're basically switching topics.
But you're not really referencing the person if the person has got somebody in their ear advising them what to say.
Why do you care? The court wants to hear your response.
I don't care.
Listen, the court.
Just pointing it out. Like it's okay to point things out, isn't it? Where you may have a logical fallacy within your own form.
Listen. The court only cares to hear your refutation of your counterparty's claims, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything else you do is a logical fallacy. If you reference the counterparty themselves,
how can you have a logical fallacy if you don't think logic exists?
I never said I don't think logic exists. I'm just saying logic.
With the debate, isn't it?
I'm just saying logic is just an agreement, like in a court of law. Logic applies.
So you assume that people are agreeing with your agreement of logic when you call ad hom a logical fallacy, right? You're already assuming that the agreement has been made.
Yes.
When you actually argue about the agreement as one of your debate things. So, I mean, that's a logical fallacy to have something that you want to debate as already given assumption that an agreement in your other debate tactics. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe something for you to think about within your manifesto.
Right. But I don't I don't see the problem. I mean, I can use the laws, like I can use science to analyze.
Two truths. That's why I said diletheism. Look into that, mate. You'd love that.
Let me say something. So I can use science to analyze science, right? Is science scientific,
right.
right? I can use the scientific methodology to analyze science. I think we should do that. We should do it much more. I think science has become very corrupted. The same way I can use logic to analyze logic. And when you do that, you realize, you realize wonderful things. Oh, so logic is like just a game. It's just social constructs, just an
I'm not so
agreement.
sure that. I mean, but that
So
is
how
fascinating.
so how
Maybe
would
I
you
could do that
categorize?
next time.
I asked you yesterday. So how would you categorize logic? Under what?
I've already done that. I think I
What is?
did that. I mean, you should look through some more videos, I would suggest.
All right, that's ad hominem. You're referencing me. Stop doing that. You're making this discussion boring.
Well, you've not.
That's ad
no.
hominem.
So you've decided that you've watched a few videos last night.
That's you're
And
referencing me. That's ad
but
hominem.
you're asking me though. After you've done the research, you're asking me what I think logic is.
Yeah, what? How do you
It-
categorize? Listen, I categorize logic. I told you I gave you many categories, so you give me one. How do you categorize logic, or do you accept my categories of logic? Logic is a game.
Okay, I say it's a base fundamental to everything.
That doesn't mean anything. No. You have to categorize.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything.
Right, that doesn't help.
What do you mean by thing?
Stop.
You only know the thing because you have logic as your framework to start off with. That's how fundamental logic is. To me, that's how I would categorize it. Elemental.
Let me look up modern logic. I started looking mathematics.
I think we did this the other day, didn't we? We said, like, if we removed logic, what would there be? Have you sussed that out yet?
Yeah, I mean, sure. But you get life. I mean, I don't believe we're logical.
You remove logic and you get life.
Yeah, you just get, just living. When you just live, you live your life, right? Between you and yourself. You don't think in logical terms.
Of course you do.
Not in absolute.
You learn from experience. Yes. You don't walk out in front of cars.
Yes, you do. If the car is not moving, of course you do. If the car is moving slow, if you make eye contact with the driver,
because
if you have right of way. So you see,
you've made that experience. You've done that logically.
So
you've logically understood that you don't walk out in front of moving vehicles.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you do. You do walk. Of course, you walk in front of moving vehicles. As I said, if you make eye contact with the driver, if you have right of way, there's many reasons to walk in front of a vehicle. If you run to catch a baby who is about to get run over and you risk your life, of course you there's many exceptions to this rule. I mean, you could say it's a rule. Yeah, okay. It doesn't mean much. It's the beginning.
You'd struggle to say it's not logical, though, wouldn't you?
I would struggle to say it's not logical.
Yeah, if you learn from something, right? Your experiences, your knowledge of the experiences. If you don't document that as logical understanding, like if you put your hand in fire, it gets burnt. Right, that's an experience that teaches you not to put your hand in fire. Now, if you don't have that logical understanding,
but that's not true.
Then you just keep putting your hand in the fire.
Not true. I've put my hands in fire.
That's not true.
I've put my hands in fire many times. Did not get burned.
That's because somebody told you to, right?
No.
Your master says, "Put your hand in the fire. Keep your hands in the fire."
No. If you do it,
that's how you experience enjoyment.
No. If you do it fast enough, nothing happens. If you do it far enough, if your hands are wet, so it's different. If you're wearing a glove, it's different. If you're wearing a fireproof glove, it's different. There's many exceptions. So your logic it depends on so many assumptions that at the end of the day, it's nothing. It's a good, nice, convenient rule to start thinking in general to teach a little baby, but at the end of the day, it's meaningless. It's
Is there a chance that you could think illogically or without logic? Is there a thought process that doesn't involve logic?
what define, but you have to define logic. What is the definition of logic? But we went through this
That would
yesterday.
be up to you. Yeah, I'd say it's a base fundamental.
I don't know what that means. So you have to give me an example, right? Here, let me say this to you. So you believe. Tell me what you believe about logic. So you believe what? Tell me something. Like, is your belief in logic? Is it refutable? Refutable. Can I refute? Right. This is goes back to Popper's refutability, disputability, or something. I mean, if a theory, if a scientific theory, falsifiable, right? If a scientific theory is not falsifiable, then Karl Popper said, well, it's not scientific. Falsification. So if your logic cannot be falsified,
are you sure that's what he said?
Something like that. Who knows? It doesn't matter. That's what people.
Well, it does really, because I mean,
people. I saw a video yesterday. That's what they mentioned that he said. It's whatever. Who cares? So it's more or less. It's something like that.
Yeah, we're not bothered about that logic, are we?
And we're out of time again.
Yeah,
our time is up, and soon we will die.
And you will have to have a go over with your mate. Yeah, see if he wants to come over. Have a chat.
No, Spicoli doesn't want to come over. He's like a no.
He's practicing.
No.
Well, when he's practiced enough.
No, he's not. Actually, he's very smart. I mean, if he would join, you would have a good time with him. He's really smart, but he's not. He's not. I don't even think he's listening right now. Anyway, I gotta go. I always have to kill myself. That's why I have to go. But I will be back tomorrow and in greater numbers.
What?
Oh wait, J-Rock is here. J-Rock, is that you? I need accreditation. Anyway, Bev. Yes, it is. It's J-Rock. So Bev, I gotta go. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll continue this discussion. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
See ya.
See you. All right.
I made it to the end of your show.
That's terrific, J-Rock. I'm so happy.
I made it to closing thoughts.
That's fantastic. So what are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts is that I just got here. I didn't get up in time to open up your show like I wanted. I like opening your show, with the microphone like a real host. Yeah, that's cool.
I know. I actually started late today. I started at 11:03 because it was my fault, my bad. But you weren't there. I mean, we could decide that every morning, 11 a.m. sharp Eastern time, I'll be here and you'll open the show if you want. If you so choose. Anyway, so let's finish up. Last night I also had a show. So like I was so sleepy yesterday, Jesus Christ, because my sleep is so terrible. So I might have night shows. Like, I don't know tonight, because tonight I'm really busy, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But maybe tomorrow night, we'll see. So maybe we'll sometimes have night shows. Morning shows are good. 11 a.m. is a good time.
Sometimes you don't have anything scheduled for tonight, but then you do a surprise stream like, oh, I have time, so it'll be a surprise stream.
It's not that I have time, it's that I was sleepy and I needed to wake up. I needed something to wake me up. So streaming wakes me up. That was the consideration. That's one of the reasons that I stream, is to wake up. It's to elevate my, what do you call it? Cortisol? What do you call it when you get stressed and you get hypertension and you have elevated heart rate? What hormone? What do you call it? there's like a hormone that the brain releases into the bloodstream that causes elevated stress levels, like in case of flight or flight or something.
Hmm.
I don't know. Usually, the unspeakable truth. What was his name? Uncomfortable truth. He usually tells me in the comments what word I'm trying to say. He knows. He reads my mind. I don't
Oh,
remember the name of the hormone. It's not cortisol. It's the other one. The other stress hormone. Anyway, J Rock.
anyway, wait. So you said the other day that I could get into asking you, what happened to slave number two? Another owner, is he still living with you?
The other slave never lived with me. No, I
Oh,
don't know.
you were just visiting.
Yeah, yeah. I have basically nothing to do with him. We don't have like a slave union. We're not.
Oh, it's not.
We don't. Slaves don't communicate. Like
Who was a slave first for your old owner? Who was?
I don't know who was first. I don't know, and I don't think I should disclose the information. It's privy. It's private information. Like it has to do with him and with my owners, so I better not discuss it. I would get my head chopped off if I discuss it.
Okay. When I saw you on your debate, that big panel debate, I remember like when you were trying to speak, he kept interrupting you. Do you remember that day?
Yeah, it was terrible. He was a terrible person to have around. Yeah, he's like what I think slaves in general are have very dominant personalities. That's why they have this need to fantasize, to have this fantasy of being dominated. But it starts from being so dominant, like being maybe even over dominant or super dominant. Like like I'm so dominant that for me it's a fantasy to not be dominant. It's an inversion of reality. It's like it so that is what that's my theory why people become slaves. It has to do with the inverse. In reality, they're very dominant. That's why they want to be slaves. So in reality, I'm very dominant. That's why I want to pretend. I love pretending. It's role play. I love pretending being a slave. It's so much fun. It's like it's so relaxing.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. Oh shoot! So,
Yeah. It's like when someone has a fantasy, it cannot be also their reality. It doesn't make any sense for your fantasy to be your reality. So if your fantasy is to be dominant, it doesn't make sense that in reality you're dominant. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if your reality is that you're dominant, then why would your fantasy be to be dominant? That's already your reality.
that's
So
true.
so
Okay.
fantasy has to be something else. And I would suggest it has to be the opposite of your reality. So someone who enjoys playing fantasy role play as dominant, in reality he feels that he's submissive. He's always the he always has the underhand. He's always the underdog. He's always in reality he is the slave. So in his fantasy he needs to be the master. And this happens in modern in feminist societies. Like so in feminist societies, men want to fantasize that they're dominant and women want to fantasize that they're submissive. But in male dominant societies like in Iran or in Japan that are very chauvinistic, so you find a lot of the inverse. Like like most femdom, feminine dominant porn is from Japan and South Korea, like those countries that are very chauvinistic, where they're certainly patriarchal, very patriarchal. So in extremely patriarchal realities, you get extreme porn fantasies that are that are feminine dominant. It's just the opposite. And in the West, where it's very feminine, it's very feminized and very feminist, and women in reality are very strong and controlling. So you get men dominant fantasy role play and porn.
Gotcha. Let me see what else wanted to verify. So is the other slave the guy that you said that he's not really a slave, he's more of a sissy that puts on the bra? Was that him?
He puts on the fake implants, the fake bra, the bra and the panties. That's what turns him on.
Okay, so that's the guy that you would refer to as a sissy.
It's not actually me, it's my previous owner. That's what she explained. He actually does not enjoy being a slave. He enjoys being a sissy. I enjoy being a slave. Um, I I love sissification porn, but I've never done it. I've never gone to his extreme. I've never done that.
Okay, and see what else. There's always so many things I want to ask before you wrap up, but you always have to go. Okay, you said that you would look up Two Girls, One Cup, and you would react to it live.
I don't know if I said that. My time is very limited. I don't know what it's about. Let me look it up. Two girls, one cup. Is it like a porn? What is it? Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's your fantasy. Just look it up. It's old. It's from the early 2000s. It came out when I was in high school still, like around 2006 or 7. The video came out. That's how old it is.
Two girls and a cup.
No, just Two Girls, One Cup.
Are they eating poop?
Yeah.
No, I don't like women eating poop. I like women forcing a guy to eat poop. I don't enjoy anything that degrades women, turns me off. I need women to be worshipped and men to be degraded. That turns me on. If I see women degraded, it turns me completely off. So I find it repugnant. I find it absolutely disgusting.
Even if it's a women doing it to another woman, it's still not.
Yeah. Two women touching each other doesn't turn me on. Like lesbian porn for me is extremely boring.
Interesting. Okay, to each their own.
Exactly.
Guys, see, final thoughts, man. It's just so hard to have like these conversations because you're always debating.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
When you were on Horror Master stream, you guys were talking about nutrition and supplements. Like, do you still take a lot of supplements?
I mean, I'm not on his level of understanding. I mean, he's obviously a grandmaster when it comes to supplements and life extension and stuff. I do, I exercise regularly. I try to eat very healthy. I take, basic supplements, but I don't go to the lengths that he goes to. I just buy off the shelf, supplements.
Like, because you know what GNC is, right?
Not really.
Oh, it's the nutrition store, where you buy supplements.
I don't go to that. I go to the supermarket and stuff like that. That's where I buy everything. I never go to specialized stores ever. I barely ever go to the store. I mean, I started ordering everything online lately.
I bought some multivitamins. Do you take multivitamins?
Yeah. I take I take the gummy bear multivitamins every day.
And then I also bought some because it was within budget. Creatine.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
It's supposed to like turn the water in your system more into muscle. Supposedly, we'll see. I'm trying it out.
Oh, it makes the muscles retain water, so the muscles are more bulgy.
I think so. Maybe that's what they're referring to. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about those things. I don't care about what I look like. I just want to be healthy, and I want to look okay. I don't want to look completely ugly, but I don't care enough to actually, take supplements to absorb more water to look for my muscles to be more bulgy. I could care less for that. And it sounds like it could be a little bit unhealthy, so I would avoid it. I do only what's healthy, what makes me feel good, only what in the long term would make me feel good.
You said you eat a lot of how many pounds of beef a day? You told Hormaxer.
Right now, I eat in grams. It's about 300, maybe 400 grams, like half, like a pound, basically a pound, just under a pound of beef a day.
Like,
But I also take 2/3 of a cup every other day of my, or some, yeah, of my the protein shake. I make protein shake, so I also have that.
oh, that's
So I
good.
don't know,
Good.
like that's 2/3 of a cup of the protein powder. I don't know how many grams of protein that is. It's probably, I'd have to assume it's another 300. So I'm probably at 700 of grams of protein a day.
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
no, 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 no. The beef doesn't have 100%. Like 400 grams or 300 grams of beef, probably less than half of that is protein. So I would have to assume that I'm doing 200, probably around 200 grams a day of protein, maybe. I don't know. What do normal people intake in terms of protein per day in grams? Do you know? Like, how many grams of protein do you take every day?
You know what? I haven't done a good job keeping track. So here's what it goes. My day goes like. So I wake up and then I make a cheese quesadilla with like turkey breast, slices and guacamole inside it. And then I take my multivitamin with it. You know, you're supposed to eat food when you take these supplement pills. And then later on, I go to like,
No, but
a,
how many grams? How many grams of protein per day do people take? Do you know?
oh,
Let me look
that
it up.
that I would not know. Like,
Let me check.
I don't. Okay, yeah.
How many grams per day do people take? How many grams of protein? Of protein. Let me see. So, according to the dietary reference intake report for macronutritionists, a sedentary adult should consume 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, or 0.36 grams per pound. All right, let's say zero point 0.1. Wait, so let's say 100 kilos. So it's 0.1 ton. It's just 10 grams. You just need 10 grams a day.
Um,
That's
I,
it. I don't know how much I take. I mean, okay. Let's do the next check. Um, how many grams of protein are in a gram of beef? Zero. It says zero. I don't know what to do with that. How could it be zero? How much protein is in 100 gram? So they say, oh, it's 5%, that's all. 100% grams serving of cooked beef provides 250 calories, 35 grams of protein. So it's about a third. So yeah, so 100, I'm assuming I'm at 200 grams of protein per day. Anyway, listen, I gotta go. It's been nice. Let's shut it down. So make your peace with this stream and I'll shut it down.
I make my peace with the stream. All right, stream. Well, it was nice to be able to, just chat with Mr. Slave like a normal conversation about his outside of his debates and, just talk like a normal friend, about life in general, supplements, his kinks, the other slave, Yeah, it was nice to have a normal, friendly conversation.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I'm going to shut it down. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.